Welcome back to episode 2 of the Blue Tea Podcast. All the haters and the doubters, we're back, baby. Matthew, how has your life changed since becoming a podcast co-host?
It's been tough taking on the fame, frankly. Went to play golf yesterday. People were lining up to watch us play. Blue tees. Had to put out ropes for them and everything.
Yep, shout out to Franco out at Dogwood, a possible future guest of the Blue Tea Podcast.
Definitely.
It was tough, as you say, a little bit of recognition kind of throws you off your golf game, but we buckled down and concentrated, so it's just something we'll have to get used to. But we do
100%.
appreciate everybody who listened and gave us great feedback, both through comments and texts and everything. I think it's mainly a friends and family audience so far, but it's a good place to start. And we do appreciate everybody, their encouragement, because they have been kind of cheering us on. So it's been a lot of fun.
100%. Yeah.
So episode 2 is going to be our goals podcast. We're sitting here in the middle to late January. As we've only have one 9-hole round in, so we're in effect at the beginning of the season. We're going to look back on our goals from 2024. I was very official in putting down a list of goals, and I think you did a pretty good job as well of listing some things.
I definitely have some ones that aren't measurable, which we'll get into.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun to look over here.
Yeah, so I think we've learned just through that process of setting goals, like what makes a good golf goal, and what doesn't. So. And then we'll go into 2025. I think we both have a fairly lengthy list, so we'll maybe edit those down as we talk through them. So let's jump into it. So I'll lead off with my 2024 goals. One thing I did want to mention is I've become a big No Laying Up podcast listener, and so a couple of years I've been listening to them, but it was their goal podcast a year ago, I guess last January, that kind of inspired me to put down some of my golf goals, and the podcast itself is a bit of a inspiration from them as well. So I found it fun to be able to track things and see where I succeeded and where I may have fallen a little bit short. I did have a set of personal and fitness type of goals, and I had a set of golf goals and a set of work goals. Obviously not going to go through the rest of them, but I will say, just looking back on my fitness goals, not so great. Not a lot of workouts going on. I had things like be able to do X amount of push-ups and chin-ups and this and that. And it's
How many push-ups do you think we did in 2024?
Yeah, my goal was to be able to do 20, which is kind of sad that that's even a goal, but that's kind of where I was.
Do you think you did 20 in all of 2024?
I probably did 20 total, but not 20 in one sitting, which was the goal. So yeah, the way I listed it here in my document, I said L didn't try. Plank for 1 minute, L didn't try. But anyway, okay. All right, let's get into the golf goals. Yeah. So my first one was fitting for the name of the podcast, was to shoot my best round from the blue tees. My goal there was a even par 72 or better. That is an L. My best round from the blue tees last year was 75. I noticed there were a couple 76s in there, so didn't quite make that. But pretty ambitious too.
Yeah.
The blue tees, it's a big course for me, especially on the back 9 at Dogwood. So yeah, we'll revisit that in 25. Shoot best round from the white tees. The goal there was 1 under 71 or better, just so shoot under par from the white tees. Was able to do that. Shot a 71 in April, it looks like. So you joined me for I believe the back 9 of that round. Yep. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. You were 1 under going in the back. You just parred every hole in the back, right?
Parred all the holes on the back. So
it's
yeah,
tough.
and it was a pretty tidy round. I think I made maybe one 6-footer for par on maybe 17, getting up and down or something, but it was a stress-free round.
Fairway, green, 2-putt, next hole, pretty much. Did that back 9 for what I saw, at least.
Yeah, and so you'll have to take my word for the front 9 that I was one. Actually, I think
seriously.
Second call out to Franco. I was playing with Franco on the front, so he's my witness there. Put it in the comments, Franco. You saw it, the 71. It was legit. All right, let's move on. So the Fellas Cup, we mentioned this in the first episode. This is my big tournament with my buddies. We do every every August. We now call it the Fellas Cup. So I had two goals. Kind of, you'll learn where my mind is at. So the first one was a team win and a winning record,
Wow.
individual winning record. So got a W for the team win, which was actually a tie. There'll be a lot of controversy around that, but we as a team retained the Fellas Cup. So we were sipping beer from the Fellas Cup at the end. So that's definitely a win for
That's a
us.
win. Yeah.
Winning record 1-4 individually. So while the team, we did a great job, I was not a huge help. I had some tough team matchups in there, but went 1-1 in singles and 0-3 in team matches. We just got kind of run over, but it was an awesome time. Be some more Fellas Cup goals in the future. And then my other one was to beat Jim in singles. Did not happen. So Jim, who will definitely be a guest on upcoming episodes, is a bit of my nemesis. He's been the number one seed on my opposing team, and my history against him has not been stellar. Let's just be honest. We'll get into the
Yeah.
details when he
It's not
can.
a pretty one.
It's not great, but yeah, I lost 3-2 to him. It was a good match. We were playing out at TPC Colorado, which is actually Jim's course. He's a co-owner of TPC Colorado. He's on his home course. I wish I could use that as an excuse, but he's beaten me at Dogwood, so
Yeah.
we'll just move on from there. But it was a fun match. There was some times where I think I had him sweating, but he beat me in the end.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on. Increase swing speed. So I had the goal of getting to 105 with driver. This is pre-stack, so we thank our future sponsor, the Stack, for helping us increase our swing speeds for this year. This is an L. Didn't do a lot of backyard practice, but
This is another one I feel like you could put L. Didn't try really, because like we weren't
yeah,
measuring our swing speeds. Like last year, I really didn't have an idea of how fast I was swinging the club, but like this year, we're actually trying to do it.
that's true. Yeah, it's kind of an L didn't try. But the fact is, I ended the year when we did do the baseline with the Stack at 99. So it's kind of, I think, maybe where I started the year. So I had a goal of just playing golf, which I measured as 3 to 4 times per week. And I actually tracked the number of holes that I played last year. I don't have that total, but I do have the fact that I put in 146 rounds into my kin last year. So that calculates to like 2.8 per week. So that's either a 9 or an 18 hole
And I
round.
mean, you didn't even put like all your scores into again, did you?
No, no, I
Probably about
didn't.
like 20 more rounds, honestly, if that,
Yeah,
if more.
it. Yeah, I would say so. Probably even more than that. Um, in terms of some of the competition, Matthew and I spoke last time about how we enjoy playing out at Dogwood in competition. A few of my goals here was to shoot 70s from the blue tees in a competitive round. And I was able to do that. I shot 80, 78 in the senior club championship. So was able to with that 78 mark that as a dub. Also with the senior club championship was to finish in the top 3 and play in the final group. I didn't play in the final group, but I did with that 78 the second day. I did move up and finish third, so I'm going to give myself a
Mm.
dub there. Avoid double bogey. So this is a straight steal from the guys at No Lane Up. I love this goal. So it was to post 5 18-hole rounds without any doubles, which is harder than you think. Would you play full 18-hole round, not to have just at least one hole that's a bit of a blow up hole. So I put my goal as 5. I was actually got 9, which I was kind of surprised by when I went through and added them up. But that again might be more of a function of just a volume play of playing a lot of rounds, and
Yeah.
so that was good. All right, I'll try to finish quickly here. 2024 handicap. My goal was to get below a 5 at some point. I dipped. I did get to 4.9 in middle of July, and then my other goal, handicap related goal, was to finish the year below a 6, and I finished at a 1. So did not finish strong. And then lastly, for my goals were to make 3 eagles. I made 0 eagles. I put in here not even close. I don't remember a lot of eagle putts. I don't remember a lot of any lipped out eagle
Yeah.
chips. I which goes back to the stack. Like I need to get longer. I need to reach some par fives a little more, not make it such a rarity. Initially, the goal was to make 50 birdies. I revised this to make 100 birdies. I ended up with 117 birdies. Again, volume play. I don't really make a ton of birdies, but I play a lot of golf. So I did make a lot of birdies.
Yeah.
And then my last one was to birdie every hole at Dogwood. This was fun to track, and I birdied 17 out of 18 holes at Dogwood.
So close.
Never birdied number 14 on the back. Tough little
Tough one.
narrow par 4, uphill, tough greens.
Yeah.
All right, that ran a little bit longer than I'd hoped, but those are my 24 goals. Matthew, let's run through yours.
All right. Number 1, eagle all the par 5s. That's a no. I eagled 2 out of the 4. Eagled number 2 and number 5, but I got close a couple times on 9 and 18, just never could make the putt. And I mean, at the end of the day, that goal is just gotta make a putt pretty much, because I'll get it on the green a good bit, but just gotta make a putt.
Yeah, I'm surprised on 18, but as I say that, I kind of know why, because we'd rarely play 17 and 18, right? Because 18, you're hitting wedge into 18 as your second shot.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially if I had a really good drive. All right, then my next one is handicap under a 4. That is a yes. I was able to accomplish that.
By not putting in your scores. And...
yeah. It helps. It helps once you put in like 3 good scores in a row and then don't put anything else in. Drops that thing real quick. Next one is shoot below or even on 18 holes, and that is a yes. I did it twice. First time was from the white tees, shot a 71, and then about 2 days later, I played from the blues and shot a 70. So that was probably my biggest goal of 2024. Yeah, that definitely was great to get that one accomplished.
And you challenged that. You had opportunities. You kind of were close. No, just didn't quite get over the finish line a few times until you did finally break through.
It was a choke.
Okay.
All right, here's our first non-measurable. Be a better putter, whatever that means. I might give that a no, honestly. I don't think I putted good. I don't think I became a better putter last year.
Hard to say, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, anecdotally, as someone who plays a lot of golf with you, you're a good putter. You're not a great putter, but...
I don't know if I'm a good putter. I'm a little bit wild, I'd say.
Yeah, let's
streaky.
Make sure let's measure that a little bit better, because that is, in all seriousness, that's like an area that can improve, where you can improve your game. That's going to lower your scores. Like there's strokes to be gained with better putting for you. 100%.
All right, now to I would argue the biggest unmeasurable, better mental game.
You definitely need it. I can attest.
I think, honestly, I would give this a yes, though. I think I had a better mental game this last year, and I've gotten calmer and been able to recover better. So, but better mental game. Don't know how you measure that, if there's a way. I don't think there is.
But I would agree with you. Yeah. The blow-ups and the emotions the highs and lows aren't as high and low. So
yeah, definitely.
Good job.
I play an average of 3 times a week. I would say that's a yes. Especially and I don't even consider that January. I'm not counting that. Whenever it's golf season, play an average of 3 times a week, and I definitely accomplished that. Probably a little bit higher than that. And then I put take alignment serious and shoulder. No. I think I've gotten myself definitely a lot more within the hole, but I don't I never spot a line. I don't actually take the time to do that for every shot, which I need to. It's just lazy that I don't, but
you're a very feelsy golfer. You like to move the ball, you like to kind of feel the shot, and sometimes that means you're pointed
30 yards.
30 yards left to cut one in. Yeah, I think Jag's granddad would say you still got some room to improve on that.
Get longer and faster. Definitely did that. Got a new driver shaft this year. Changed my life. But
some other future sponsor.
Fujikara.
Shout out.
Yeah. Get my GIN to dogwood and record rounds better. I'd say putting my GIN in dogwood.
Yeah.
That's a success. Record rounds better. Not a success.
Not so good.
Yeah. All right, here's a good one. Concentrate.
It kind of speaks to where your mind was. Like
Yeah,
you
I need to
identified
concentrate.
the areas that you needed to improve on. Just
Yeah.
how the heck we know if you did or not? Up to you. It's the
Here's a one
honor
I
system.
sure didn't do. Practice 5 times a week.
Boy.
I don't know if I practice 5 times a month. I never go practice. Practice is boring. I mean, to be fair though, we do practice a lot on the actual course, I'd say. Because
Hmm.
like when we're waiting, we'll hit extra shots, hit chips and putts. And I mean, Dogwood doesn't have a great practice area, but I think we do a good job of, especially on the course, practicing. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. I didn't even think about that for me, but I probably need to practice. Well, I definitely need to practice more. And I think with our backyard setup a little bit better, I
yeah,
think maybe get some reps in out there. Like
yeah,
for me,
definitely.
not to go down this road, but ball contact and just like striking the ball better. That's something you can do through practice, hitting a ball into a net with
Hmm.
7 iron, right?
Especially like, I'm also thinking short game too. Like with stack putting, I just
Yeah.
need to go over there an hour early, do stack putting, and then go play. Because like I don't want to go out to Dogwood just to practice, or pretty much anywhere just to practice, which I need to, but I don't want to. But like, if I can go out there hour early, knock out a stack putting, which I haven't really even looked at yet, but I'm excited
Hmm.
to because I've heard
Yep.
good things about it. But just go do
Yep. Same.
that, go play after. That'll be something good to do. And then last one is don't change swing too much. And I would say, yeah, I don't think I did that often. And I mean, I don't go to like lessons or anything. It's tough because when you don't go to lessons, you don't have like a baseline. You want to keep tinkering with every little thing, try to make everything perfect. But I think I did a good job of kind of sticking to what I got last season. And so
Agreed.
do that again this year, definitely.
Good.
Yep,
Is that
that's my
everything for 24?
2024. Yep.
Yeah. Awesome, Matthew. Very good. Let's keep it moving. Why don't you start us off with 2025 goals?
Alrighty. Starting off with 5 rounds under par.
By the way, before you go through all of these, how would you rate the measurability of these goals? Am I going to be challenging you on a few of these?
Some of them are definitely not measurable, I'd say,
Okay. Well, we'll cross that
but more of
bridge.
them are.
Okay. All right. So sorry. What first one was 5 rounds under par?
5 rounds under par. Probably
Like it.
my biggest goal. Last year was 1. This year it's 5, and I think that's very doable.
Yep. Kind of puts you under the gun more often as well to post those low scores. I like it.
Yep. 5 eagles. That's pretty doable, I think. I don't know how many I got last year. Probably around 3 or 4. Maybe if I kind of get some early, maybe push that up a little bit. Do the stat consistently and on time with what the app says. Think done a really good job of that so far. We'll definitely
Are
keep
so
doing
good.
that then. Play more tournaments outside of Dogwood. I want to play more of PGA events and Georgia events.
Yeah. So shout out to Jags, Matthew's granddad. He does a
Mm-hmm.
good job of locating those, identifying those, and often taking Matthew to those tournaments. Being if he can be your caddy, at least kind of there and support and everything. So that's a whole different level, right?
Yeah, I feel like weird thing is though, I feel like I play in those tournaments better than I do at Dogwood. Because like when you go out there, it's not really there's less pressure for some reason. Like I don't really care, don't really know anybody. It's just go out there, try to my best I can play. And I mean, often it's harder courses than Dogwood. So
For
that's
sure.
another different type of pressure. It's like at Dogwood, I'm supposed to play well. I'm supposed to be shooting 75, but then it's not that easy to do that. Versus like when you go out there, you're like, all right, let's just try to break 80, freeze you up a little bit, and you can actually just play some golf, which is good.
Yeah, and usually faster greens,
Yeah,
nicer greens.
helps. Practice that range more and short game. I don't know how I want to
Mm.
do that. I don't know if I'm going to. I doubt I will, honestly, but I'm going to try to.
So let's put a number to that. What does that look like? How many times per month would practice range and short game?
Range, I don't know. Short game, I want to do more just like I want to go to Dogwood earlier pretty much in the day and just actually like work on that. All right, the next one. This is another non-measurable. Get better mentally and be able to come back. So like being able to have a bad hole and bounce back right after that, I think very good goal. Something I struggle with, especially. It's like, let's say we're on 16, kind of my nemesis hole, and being able to go make a double bogey and then birdie 17, birdie 18, come back, finish strong.
To me, that would be possibly not having multiple doubles or worse, and that
Mm-hmm.
would represent that, right? If you had, because by definition, I think most of your blow ups is when you've got a double or worse, and then not having more than one of those per round, right?
Yeah, 100%. Next one is think through every shot.
Yeah.
I think I struggle with just getting up there, pulling a club and hitting it, but I want to actually start thinking like, okay, let's just go for the middle of the green here. And oftentimes when I do think, it's like the only thing I think about is like, all right, do I want to hit a cut or a draw pretty much? But I want to think, okay, I want to start the ball here. I want to end up here. I want to go for the middle of the green. Wind's going this way. I'm actually going to line myself, do like spot line and stuff like that. But yeah, I definitely need to get better at that. A birdie every hole at Dogwood.
Good luck to you.
I'm gonna keep track of that. I think
You
maybe
will.
like a spreadsheet or something. I don't know. Eagle all par fives besides 18.
Yeah. So I know you took 18 off of there. I think you should leave it on there. That might get you playing the last two holes more often.
Yeah, we need to do that. That should be a goal for both of us. Is play 17, 18.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, Dogwood, the 16th hole basically ends back at the clubhouse / parking lot, and then
Mm-hmm.
17 goes out and 18 comes back, and both
Our
include a
hilly holes.
pretty good hill. So
Always pretty much walking. Like if we have a cart, we'll never not play those. But yeah, we're walking pretty much every time. So
exactly.
we'll skip
So,
those holes a lot.
yeah, I agree. It should be. It's got to be a goal for both of us to
And
play.
especially 18. 18 is a fun hole.
It is a fun hole. I agree.
Play at least 3 times per week. I don't think I'm gonna have any trouble doing that. Did it last year pretty easily. All right, here we go. Win the members match play. Me and you
Let's go.
win it. That's the tournament match play. Not easy. Kinda got ran through last year
A little bit. Yeah.
a little bit. Yeah, we're shaking hands on 12. So let's make it a little farther.
Matthew, you don't have to tell everything on
Yeah.
this podcast. It's not a completely open book. But
Okay.
that
Yeah.
was rough.
Win it. Top 5 in the men's club championship.
Let's go, Matthew Schaefer. Come on.
That's where I want to be.
I love it.
It's not gonna be
That-
easy.
Not easy, but completely within your
Yeah,
capabilities.
100%.
Yep.
I think I'm a top 10 player at Dogwood,
Agreed.
and I want to be a top 5 player at Dogwood this year. So I think I can get up there.
I love it.
Do well in the singles match play.
Do well. How about
I'd say
let's
just
go
win
with
a couple matches, get out of the pool maybe, win my pool, and
so
see what
maybe
happens.
a winning record in match
winning
play
record would be good.
Okay.
Win the member, win our flight.
I like it. You're relying on your old man on a couple
I
of
am.
these. Could
Need
be-
some help for
some of
these.
this is going to be out of your control, but I
Here's
like it.
another one. Win the 3 6s.
That's a fun tournament. Yeah,
That
we
is.
did well.
That's my
we
favorite
won our
tournament.
flight last
Won our
year.
flight, yeah.
on that one.
Shot like a 67 or something.
We're kind of, knock on wood, we're kind of scary good on alternate shot, you and I.
Yeah, we are.
We need to keep that momentum.
And this is one of my favorites is thrive in real competition. Like I want to play my best golf of the year when I am in a tournament. Not just playing with you. It's competition, but it's not, I'd say, real competition. And I want to be my best when I'm playing in these tournaments at Dogwood and outside of Dogwood. Not like, oh, let's just go break 80. No, I want to be playing my best golf when I'm in these tournaments.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. I think some of your previous goals, at least in terms of your finishes within the Dogwood tournaments, by definition, I think would qualify. If you do that, you have done that. But
100%.
you're also talking about your outside tournaments. Of
Yeah.
like, let's go out there and not just try to, like you're saying, just break 80.
Yeah.
But actually,
Go and play well.
yeah. Okay.
And last one is trust the process. Don't really know what it means.
Okay. Either do I.
Just kind of like you're going to suck sometimes and you're going to play good sometimes. Just keep at it and don't quit. So those are my 2025 goals.
Dig it. Yeah. Very good. Yeah, few maybe need to massage, get
Iffy
some
ones, yeah.
quantitative bit, but overall, right on track. So awesome. Okay. I'll run through mine. I think I have about a similar number. Try to get through these relatively quickly. First one, publish the Blue Tea podcast episode 2 to 3 times per month. So doing this, I think is definitely a golf goal.
100%.
Yeah,
Didn't even think about that.
let's do it.
Yeah.
For the stack, let's see. I have similar to you, complete the sessions, kind of keep on schedule. Within the stack, it measures your grit score, which is basically
Hmm.
how consistent you are to doing the workouts when they tell you
Watch
to.
it too. Yeah.
So I've got 90 keep grit score above 90%, which would definitely come if we are on time with everything.
Yeah, definitely.
Increase swing speed. I have 105 to 110 with driver. Yeah, my baseline is like at 99. These first 4 or 5 sessions, I've been kind
Hmm.
of sitting at 99. But yeah, I think that's the growth. That's the next step. If the stack is going to work for me, it will result in a driver e speed of 105 to 110.
100%.
So Matthew, I told you the other day I was going to drop a bomb on you
Yes, I'm
related
excited
to
for
my goal.
this. I've been
Here
waiting
it
for this.
is. As you know, I'm a big YouTube watcher,
Uh huh.
uh, and even with some of the stack videos and some of the stuff that I've been hearing about the stack, like a big part, one of the things I like about it already is it's not just like swing fast. It's like you can only swing fast if you swing properly, right? And you come from the inside and do all this. And so as I've been looking at that, one of the things is my grip does not help me swing
Oh,
swing from the inside.
that
So
is incredible.
could there be a grip change? And I have a very weak grip. I need to
Hmm.
strengthen that grip, which I was kind of dabbling yesterday when we were playing. Um,
But decent.
Played decent. I just feel like I part of my like early extension and like laying back is like because my grip is that's the only way I can square the club face.
Hmm.
So yeah, I
Get you
don't
driving the ball.
Yeah, I think I'm realizing it. Shout out to Terry Moon, my father-in-law, Jags, who's been he's been telling me for 10 years that my grip is off
Yeah.
and might finally be time to face that head on. So
Wow.
we'll
Did
see.
not expect that.
Yeah, that was the surprise. All right, I have 4 Fellas Cup related goals here. I broke them out more individually. Number one is for 14 of us to attend. So to have all 14 of us guys come to the Fellas Cup, I'm one of the like ralliers of the group. We've got a few of
Hmm.
us, the 2 captains who are Abe and Nape, and then my buddy Jim. And I think we do a good job of like let's get people to the Fellas Cup. So that it's always a lot more fun when all 14 of us are there. We've done it with 11 or 12 or
Hmm.
whatever. Yeah, like I said, it's a lot more fun when we're all there. So hopefully we can do that. A team win, a 10 cup, go three-peat. That's obviously very high on the list of goals. And then again, I'm going to throw out my individual winning record. Usually we play either 4 or 5 rounds. So if it's 4 rounds, that's 3-1, which would be amazing for me. If it's 4 rounds and I go 2-2, I might consider that a dub based on some of my
Yeah,
history. And then
honestly.
finally beat freaking Jim in singles. I don't know if we've been playing 7 years or 7 or 8 years of
Hmm.
this thing. I beat him the first year in Chicago, and honestly, we were just kind of figuring this tournament out. It was an official cup,
Yeah.
but it didn't quite feel like the rest of them have. And
Hmm.
as it's gotten more structured and serious, Jim has beat me every single year. So that ends in 2025. I'm calling you out,
That's
Jim.
your, that's arguably your biggest goal, right?
Yeah, honestly, if I was to prioritize them, if a genie could come down and say you can have one of these goals, it's
Yeah.
that one.
It's your number
I'll
one.
take that one. Yeah.
That's
Uh
ridiculous.
Play 3 to 4 times a week. Just that's in here just to keep track.
It's easy.
Once again, shoot best round from the blue tees. I've got even par 72 or better. I think that's a good goal.
Hmm.
I took
Definitely.
out the white tee goal because This is the
Boom.
Blue Tea podcast.
Yeah.
I'm not a white tea
No one's
player,
playing the white
Matthew.
tees here.
Yeah,
No.
come on. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Best competitive round at Dogwood from the Blue Tea. So again, that's any round in the 70s from the Blue Tees. Under that level of competition is good for me. Top 3 in the Senior Club Championship. That's from the Blue Tees. It's a good goal. That's my biggest individual tournament of the year, I
Mm-hmm.
would say. So I kind of grouped some of these other tournaments that you spoke about. I said win our flight in 2 of the Dogwood tournaments that we play together. So that's similar to what you threw out there.
Yeah. I mean, what did we play? 3?
Yeah, at least 3.
Yeah. So twin tail 3.
Yep.
Yep.
I also have a winning record in Dogwood Cup. So we haven't talked about Dogwood Cup.
Ooh.
Yeah, you might want to add that to yours.
Yeah.
So that
I
is
was
our
able to accomplish that last year.
Yeah, you were. I'm sure we'll cover that detail. But Dogwood Cup is the season ending Ryder Cup style tournament that they do, the blue versus the red team, and
Mm-hmm.
you earn your way onto your representative blue or red team based on your performances in the rest of the Dogwood tournaments throughout the year. Matthew and I both were on it last year on opposite teams. We had a match, nothing more to say about that.
Yeah.
Again, avoid double bogeys. I'll just stick with the five 18-hole rounds without any doubles. That's a good goal. My same handicap records, I want to get below a 5 at some point, and I want to finish the year at a 6. Again, I'm starting the year at an 8.1. So I put in here gain strokes, driving, and approach. So I also use future sponsor Arcos to keep track of my rounds, and that gives me strokes gained data in how my driving, approach, short game, and putting is. And I compare myself to a 6 handicap, by the way, in there. And so I start the year over my last 50 rounds or so. I'm minus 1.1 driving compared to a 6, and I'm minus 1.4 approach compared to a 6. So that's definitely the 2 weakest parts of my game. That goes back to ball striking. And
part of it could be just like length with your driving.
Yeah.
Is that a big factor?
It is. Yeah. It measures length and, accuracy and everything. So, but
Stat
really
could help you there.
Could help me there for sure. The approach number, that's just like ball striking, especially playing at Dogwood. I mean, let's be honest, it's out there in front of you. I should be able to hit more greens. I should be able to get closer proximity. I just go through stretches where I just don't strike the ball. Lastly, a few more here. Play 8 new courses, so kind of a little bit more spirit of adventure. We play a large percentage of our golf at Dogwood, which is great. It's cost efficient, but I'd like to get out there and play a few more courses. And spoiler alert, we might have that chance here very early on. And then finally, the same last 3. Make 100 birdies. I make 2 eagles down from 3, and then the birdie every hole at Dogwood. So these goals are almost just fun to track versus whether you achieve them or not. So those are the goals. How do we feel?
Feel great. Feel like it's gonna be best year ever. Feel like for both of us, honestly, I feel like we're gonna have the best golf we've played in our lives. I feel like last year for both of us, I think that was true. And I think this year we're going to improve more. And yeah, it'll be fun.
Definitely. So next episode, we'll share some more for the stack. We're hitting our sessions consistently, doing pretty well. So maybe we'll save our next update on where we are with driver speed. But it's progressing nicely. Some of us are getting faster sooner than others.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could say.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll go ahead and wrap it up and talk about our next episode in a couple weeks. We've had a round. We'll hopefully have a few more rounds outside. It's been a very cold, even snowy January here in Georgia, so we haven't been able to play a lot. But hopefully in the next couple weeks we'll be able to. And looks like we're going to have the opportunity, the Blue Tea podcast, going on the road through a work connection. We're going to be able to attend the Waste Management Phoenix Open in a couple weeks in early February. So turn that into a little mini golf trip towards the Phoenix, Scottsdale area. Hopefully play a few courses, so knock off a few of those those 8 new ones. We'll maybe
Yeah,
hit
definitely.
2 new ones. So not sure if our next podcast will come out before or after that trip, but it'll definitely we'll be grabbing some content from that trip. Going to be a lot of fun.
Very excited for that.
Cool. All right. That's all. Anything else, Matthew?
Nope, I'm good.
Very
Excited.
good. Thanks for listening. This might be a little bit longer episode, so anybody who made it this far, we appreciate it. Again,
Yes.
appreciate all the support, the comments, the likes, the subscribing. We're everywhere at the Blue Tea Pod on YouTube. We launched our actual podcast on like Spotify and Apple Music and everything. So we're out there everywhere. So find us and please subscribe. We appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. Keep teaing. Meet you at the
Keep
Blue
teeing.
Tea. Peace
Goodbye.
out.